When Ultra Instinct Goku fired that Kamehameha right to Kefla's face, it was truly an epic moment and probably one of the best Kamehamehas in Dragon Ball history. And that got me wondering, what are the best Kamehamehas in the history of Dragon Ball? Well, on this video, I'm giving you the 10 greatest Kamehamehas in the history of the series. And we're talking about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, and the movies. We are counting down the 10 best, and of course, this is just my opinion. Definitely let me know what yours is down below and how it compares to my top 10. But anyways, let's get to the list right now.
Hey, this is Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z. You're listening and watching Geekdom 101. And if you haven't already subscribed, then look at these links and do so.
Before I begin, I just want to quickly put a note here that this list is only going to have traditional Kamehamehas. It will not have like Big Bang Kamehameha or Flash Kamehameha or any of that fusion stuff. Just the Kamehameha in its traditional sense. Number 10 on our list features actually 3 people doing the Kamehameha, and that is the teacher-student Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z Movie 2, The World's Strongest. I love this because you have Master Roshi, the originator of the Kamehameha, and his 2 top students, Goku and Krillin, firing a triple Kamehameha together on Dr. Weedo. And I love it because if you're watching Dragon Ball start to finish and you finally get to this movie, it's the first time we actually see the trifecta of the great Turtle School students coming together with the Master to fire an epic Kamehameha together. I love this scene so very much, and I think it's one of the more underrated Kamehamehas. Now, number 9 on the list also features 3 people, and that's one from Dragon Ball Z Movie 10, the second Broly movie, featuring father and son's Kamehameha, with both Gohan, Goten fighting Broly, and Goku coming in from the afterlife in a scene that really makes no sense, but we'll go with it, helping out with the triple Kamehameha. It's such an epic visual to see the father and his 2 sons together firing a huge blast at Broly, together united, and it's just a great visual despite, again, the scene not making much sense. It just looks cool, and it was a huge blast. I mean, they freaking sent Broly into the sun and like ripped his heart out. There's very few things more badass than that, right? Number 8 on our list is a version of the Kamehameha that we only saw once, but it's so awesome that I wish it would make a comeback very soon, and that is Goku using the Kamehameha with his feet against Piccolo in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. I love it because he's about to get tossed out and he fires a Kamehameha with his feet to propel him forward. Nobody ever thought you could do a Kamehameha with your feet, but Goku proved that you can in an epic scene, and one that, like I said, I wish we'd see again because it's so creative and cool to see it coming out of other body parts, not just his hands. Number 7 might be the best animated Kamehameha ever, and that's from the Path to Power movie, the 10th anniversary movie, featuring Kid Goku seeking to avenge the loss of his friend Android 8, summoning up a power that he never knew he had, firing this incredible Kamehameha where the camera pans around him as he prepares to fire it, and it's just so beautifully animated. Fun fact, the 10th anniversary movie actually had animation work done by Studio Ghibli, and that might be why that movie looks so damn pretty, because they got involved. And it just, what an epic Kamehameha this was. But regardless of whether or not you like that movie, you have to admit that Kamehameha is one of the best in the entire series. Number 6 on the list is, well, the Ultra Instinct Kamehameha on kefla that I talked about already. This is my favorite Kamehameha of Dragon Ball Super so far. Goku in his Ultra Instinct form is dodging and weaving and ducking all of Kefla's key attacks, bouncing around, and then finally firing a huge one at point blank range that had so much power that it knocked Kefla out of the ring, defused her, and broke the Potara. Ultra Instinct Goku's Kamehameha is one that some people are saying is the best one in the history of the series. I'm not going to go that far, but it did make the top 10. And that says something because it's pretty damn new, but man, was it incredible. Number 5 on the list is from Dragon Ball Z episode 187, and that is the first Kamehameha between Gohan and Cell. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about the one that Gohan used to kill Cell in Dragon Ball Z episode 191. I'm talking about the one that he did on Cell when Cell is in the sky, powering up, and you see the ki energy kind of absorbing into his palm. Just beautiful animation here. And he fires this huge Kamehameha at Gohan, and Gohan's just looking up at him, calm, cool, and collected, under his breath, saying Ka-me-ha-me. And then when the Ha comes, Masako Nozawa screams the Ha and fires this huge Kamehameha that was so powerful that it ripped off Cell's legs, arms, and part of his head. I love this Kamehameha for every reason imaginable. The incredible badassery of Gohan, the animation, and the damage that it did. Go back and watch this one because it's pretty damn epic. Number 4 on our list takes us over to planet Namek when Goku's fighting Frieza. And this Kamehameha, the Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha he does on Frieza, is great, not just because Goku does an incredible job of firing this blast and Frieza blocks it with his hand and ends up charring up his hand, but because of the speech that Goku gives before he fires it. Frieza's got Goku on the ropes, he's underwater, he's thinking about his family dying. Goku rises up from the water, fires up a times 20 Kamehameha, using everything he had inside of him. He pulled every piece of energy he had at that moment on Frieza and fired a tremendous combo, tremendous blast. It did not finish off Frieza, but just Goku being this angry and this determined to beat Frieza, and the way it was animated, the way it looked in the manga was just absolutely top notch. I love this so very much. Now, before we get to our top 3, I want to give you guys some honorable mentions real quick that did not make the list, but I still love very much. Goku's Kamehameha with the Kaioken Blue on hit, I thought was a lot of fun. Same thing with Goku's Kamehameha on Zamasu, on Merge Zamasu. Even though the power scale was kind of weird on that one, it was still cool seeing Goku fire that move on Zamasu. That's another great one from Dragon Ball Super. Plus Goku's times 10 Kamehameha on Super 17, where it's like red. I love GT's red Kamehameha. I think it looks cool, and I think it's a cool move. As well as Goku's Kaioken times 3 Kamehameha he did in Dragon Ball Z Movie 2, The World's Strongest. Again, that movie has some great Kamehamehas, and you need to see Peter Kalamis' performance in the Ocean dub version of this movie because he screams his heart out for this scene. Let's move on to the top 3, and number 3 on the list is actually kind of the parallel to the movie 2 Kamehameha, one of the greatest Kamehamehas ever. In fact, maybe one of the greatest beam struggles in the history of the series, Goku versus Vegeta on Earth. This was so incredible because they're going back and forth. Vegeta uses the Gallic Gun. You're seeing rocks flying everywhere, and you're seeing just the whole earth rattle and shake as these two superpowers are hitting each other with their absolute best. And Goku does a triple Kaioken Kamehameha. And remember, he was told, do not go above a double. And not only does he go above a double to a triple, when he's fighting Vegeta, he goes so far as to use a 4 times Kamehameha Kaioken to blow Vegeta sky high. Not only is this one of the great defining moments about what Dragon Ball Z is really about by seeing this beam struggle, but also this beam struggle is what got a lot of fans into Dragon Ball Z. A lot of people's first exposure to the series was watching this beam struggle, whether it be in Latin America, whether it be on Toonami or on syndication. I know a lot of fans who have told me that was the fight, that was the move that made me a fan. So you can't deny its place on this list. What an incredible arc that Saiyan Saga was. Number 2 on our list could possibly be the most infamous Kamehameha in the series, the one that is known by many of us as the Warp Kamehameha on Cell. This was unbelievable. Animated by Studio Cockpit, this is one of the great all-time bait and switches in the series. Everybody in the arena watching that Cell game, including Cell himself, thought that Goku was going to fire a Kamehameha so powerful that it would destroy the Earth. And just as everybody's starting to question Goku's motives and wonder if he's lost his mind, Goku uses his instantaneous movement, his instant transmission, Shunkan Ito, to teleport right beneath Cell and fire a Kamehameha up. And the look on Cell's face when he sees Goku appearing before him, he knew that he was history. He really wasn't, but it probably hurt a lot, right? Either way, this was such an amazing Kamehameha, and honestly, I considered putting this as number 1 because it was so great. I mean, the teleportation, the bait and switch, the animation, the way it looked, the way that it was performed by all the voice actors, you would think that this would have been the end of the fight. It wasn't, but it was enough to blow Cell's top half off, which really looked pretty gruesome when you see it for the first time. Cell, of course, was able to survive, and that would take us to our number 1. Gohan versus Cell, Dragon Ball Z episode 191. My favorite Kamehameha, the father-son Kamehameha. There's so much emotion behind this moment. Goku had just died. He passed his spirit down to his son. He passed the torch. He said, "You can do it. You're not going at full power." He told Gohan that the reason why he was so afraid of going at full power is because he thought the earth would crumble beneath him. But Gohan had to do it. He had to unleash everything because he was facing not just Perfect Cell, Super Perfect Cell, who was significantly stronger than the Cell he had fought before. And with the help of Piccolo and Krillin and Yamcha, in the anime of course only, they helped out, which I think added more emotion to it because they all did it because it's Goku and Goku's son, and of course Vegeta at the very end. Just the epic scale of this, the huge ball, the fact that Goku was there, the entire earth was shaking, Chi-Chi was screaming. This was, to me, the most epic and the greatest Kamehameha ever. You could have ended Dragon Ball Z right here with Goku passing the torch to Gohan and Gohan becoming the hero, and just ended the series right there by him vanquishing Cell with the biggest Kamehameha in history, and I would have been happy. And it's just a combination of incredible animation, a tremendous soundtrack from Kikuchi, great vocal performances, and the one thing that Dragon Ball has given us from day one that means more than anything, and that is emotion and family. And this Kamehameha encapsulates everything that is great about Dragon Ball into one giant blast. Do you agree with my list? If you don't, that's cool. Let me know what you think. Let me know your list, your favorite Kamehamehas. If you are new to Geekdom 101, hit that subscribe button and join the Geek Army, and hit that notification bell and like the video if you liked it. Spread it out. Thank you so very much, and I hope you have an incredible day.